Hey guys, we got some big rumors and a Jaylon Johnson update to get into, but before we do all of that, our Vikings Now YouTube channel has challenged us a race to 100 new subscribers starting right now. So if you want to beat the Vikings on the field and in the walls here at Chat Sports, hit that subscribe button. We'll continue to bring you guys videos on a daily basis. Chicago Bears Now is sponsored by Hexclad. You can get 10% off all of their amazing cookware. These pots, the pans, they are fantastic. 10% off with code CHAT at hexclad.com/chat. Go check them out today. It's Hexclad. Upgrade your kitchen. Okay, let's get into today's Chicago Bears rumors. A lot of Yannick Ngakoue buzz once again, as both ESPN and Bleacher Report have linked the veteran pass rusher to the Chicago Bears. So thought we would talk about it here. First, we'll talk about ESPN's angle. Matt Bowen of ESPN says, in Chicago, he would fill a void for Coach Matt Eberflus's defense, which added depth on the defensive line through free agency and the draft, but still lacks high-end edge rusher in passing situations. With Ngakoue in the mix playing opposite of free agent addition DeMarcus Walker, the Bears can boost their edge production in nickel fronts, which is critical for a defense that had a league-low 20 sacks last season. And we've obviously talked about Yannick Ngakoue quite a bit. You know, his first 4 years in Jacksonville, 8 sacks, 12 sacks, 9.5, 8. 2020, when he split between Baltimore and Minnesota, still had 8 sacks that year. 2021, had 10 sacks with the Raiders. 2022, 9.5 sacks with the Colts. 65 sacks over 7 years and 8 or more in all 7 of his seasons. The bottom line is there's no legit reason to not sign him. Saying he's not a good run defender isn't a good enough reason. You had the lowest amount of sacks in the National Football League last year with only 20, and he had 9.5 by himself. Even if he has a career worst, like 6 sacks, that would have still led the team by 2 sacks last year. Like, there's no reason to pass on this guy. We'll continue to discuss here on Chicago Bears Now, but want you guys to weigh in on the show. What do you think? Should the Bears sign Mr. Yannick Ngakoue? Type S for sign, or you can type P for pass. Let me know in the comments below. S for sign, P for pass. When it comes to Ngakoue, obviously I'm going to type my S for sign. Maurice Mouton of Bleacher Report also thinks the Bears should sign Ngakoue. He says, under general manager Ryan Poles, who took over the role in January 2022, Chicago has traded Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn to the Chargers and Eagles, respectively. Last season, rookie safety Jaquan Brisker led the team with just 4 sacks. As of Wednesday, the Bears have $32.6 million in cap space, the most across the league. They can sign Ngakoue to strengthen a defensive unit that generated the second lowest pressure rate, 15.9%, for the 2022 term. And just to kind of echo that sentiment, I mean, these were your sack leaders, right? A couple things really stand out. One, your sack leader only had 4 sacks. Oh, and by the way, it was a rookie safety. Travis Gibson took a step back. 7 sacks the year before, just 3 last year. Justin Jones had 3. Roquan Smith, who, by the way, got traded mid-season, was still 4th on the team with 2.5 sacks. And, his replacement, who only played half the season, was 5th with 2 sacks. And only one edge rusher on that list, and Travis Gibson with 3. Like, signing this guy is a no-brainer. Like, okay, he's flawed. He's not great against the run. Okay, rotate, right? Like, you brought in Rasheem Green. You still have Dom Robb and Travis Gibson, but you're not even that deep at the position right now. Like, even if you're in the camp of, Ngakoue is not a 3-down edge rusher, okay, that's fine. You're telling me he doesn't have a role on this football team. Like, this defensive line is too good. That is delusional. I completely disagree with that notion. Something I am more positive about is our new sponsor, Hexclad. Their pots, their pans, they are fantastic, and I want you guys to take advantage too. Showed you guys this pot earlier. God, it's just smooth, really solid. 10% off with code CHAT at hexclad.com. They have revolutionized the cookware industry with a hybrid pan that gives you all of the convenience and cleanup of nonstick, the versatility of your grandma's cast iron, and a lifetime warranty just in case you find a way to destroy them. Use code CHAT at hexclad.com/chat for 10% off. Hexclad checks every box when it comes to picking your cookware. They are metal utensil safe, dishwasher safe, and oven safe up to 500 degrees. If you're going to really turn that heater up, you're good to go. Don't take my word for it. Chef Gordon Ramsay, my favorite celebrity chef, he uses them at home as well. They're also the sexiest pans on the market. Score points at home right now. It's time to stop ordering delivery food and start cooking like a big boy with HexClad. Real cuisine isn't made in the microwave, folks. It's cooked in HexClad. Get 10% off for a limited time only at hexclad.com/chat. Code chat to get 10% off. Can you imagine that pot in your kitchen right now? I can't wait until my set gets home next week. Hexclad.com/chat, code chat for 10% off. A link and code in the description and comments of this video. Okay, Matt Eberflus, by the way, when talking about Yannick Ngakoue free agency, he says, we're interested in several free agents right now. You got to think Ngakoue's one of those. You just have to at this point in time. You look at the defensive line depth chart right now. We've discussed it, right? For weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, DeMarcus Walker, he should help. Rasheem Green's a decent rotation guy. Gibson and Domrob, hopefully they play better this year. But first of all, you're really only 4 deep there because Terrell Lewis, Jalen Holmes, I don't know about that. D'Anthony Jones, a UDFA, I don't think so. How much better does it look just with the addition of Ngakoue? Like, it's not even that crazy, but it's a domino effect, right? Like, if Walker and Ngakoue are your starters, that's passable. It's not awesome by any means. I don't even know if it's good, but it's not bad, right? Like, it's okay. Green, Gibson, Domrob as rotation guys at that point. I think you're feeling much better with him in the fold. Whether it's him or another edge rusher, signing an edge is a must. Like, there's just no way around it. Now, I think a lot of these guys are waiting through OTAs, even mini camps, because they're veterans. They don't need to attend these sort of things. And, teams are probably being patient with as well, including the Bears. But I'll be honest, I would be legitimately stunned if Ryan Poles did not add at least one edge rusher between now and week 1, and quite frankly, between now and at some point during training camp. Do you trust Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus? Be honest with me. Type T for trust, D for don't. I do. I like a lot of the stuff they're doing. Now, it's going to be hard to measure that at this point in time. We got to see how it translates on the field. But, hey, go sign an edge rusher. That trust will increase just a little bit. All right, some positive news on Jaylon Johnson. He hopped on ESPN Radio, KJ and Max this morning, and he said he would, quote, for sure be at OTAs next week. So this is obviously a positive development after he has been absent over the first couple of weeks of OTAs. Courtney Cronin kind of paraphrasing what he said on radio this morning, saying that he will for sure be at OTAs this week after missing the first 2 weeks. Next week, after missing the first 2 weeks, he says, I know I had a lot of things off the field going on, so that he's been spending time with his daughter in Fresno, California. Apparently, he doesn't get to see her much during the season, so kudos to him for the family time. And again, OTAs are voluntary. I do just want to remind, because I know some of you in the comments are going to be like, oh, you jumped the gun saying he was going to hold out. Never said he was going to hold out. I said this is something worth monitoring if he isn't at minicamp in 2 weeks. Well, he's going to be at OTAs next week. So at this point, I think all is good. Great news all around. Getting Jaylon Johnson back next week. Get him a few of those voluntary workouts in, and then get him full speed here in a couple of weeks at minicamp before the team has some time off before training camp. Here's Jaylon Johnson on ESPN Radio this morning, because obviously a lot of the dots that were being connected is, he wants a contract. Maybe he's going to skip some of this stuff. Honestly, for me, it used to be a lot of pressure. I would even say going into my third year, which was last year, I felt like it was the year for me to put myself out there, to be able to have a new contract, to re-up. For me, it's just about going out and being who I am. With winning comes paychecks, and I think at the end of the day, I need to focus on winning. That's what I'm worried about going into year 4. And look, I think it's a good attitude to have, right? Because this regime didn't draft him. He has not won a lot in the NFL because he's been on some bad teams, but that arrows pointing up for this franchise. I still think he gets paid. Like, he goes out there, plays well this year, whether he gets paid before the season or after the season, like, he's going to be in a good spot. And I think, getting back into the fold, getting back into the locker room with these guys and being a leader of that secondary, I think that's going to go a long way. So exciting times. Get Jaylon Johnson back, and let's take it up a notch. All right. Will the Bears extend Jaylon Johnson? What do you guys think? Type E for extend or W for won't. I still think they will. Like, I just have a feeling they're going to get him done because he's the leader of that cornerback room. I don't think there's any doubt about that. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Go check out HexClad. I'm telling you, these cookware Items are fantastic. Going to really change your kitchen game, your cooking game. Go check them out. Also, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate all the love and support. Let's beat Vikings now to 100 new subscribers this week. Bear down. We'll see you guys soon.